The past few days for the zombies community and the Call of Duty community as a whole has been nothing short of an absolute tragedy, for lack of a better term. Black Ops 3, and most likely other Call of Duty games that are more on the older side, are being slaughtered. Activision are basically Thanos snapping them, wiping out most of these games, and they do not seem to be stopping anytime soon. So what do I even mean by any of this? It sounds like these big bold claims, but the long and short of it is Activision are taking another L. One of the biggest L's I think they've ever taken. And don't get me wrong, they definitely have done worse things. If you know, you know. But outside of that, for the players, this is nothing short of horrific. You probably already do know what's actually been going on, but I'm going to explain this and give my thoughts on it all. It all starts with our ever-beloved game clients that can run a modded version of the older Call of Duty games, keeping them fresh, removing a lot of hackers that can cause a lot of damage, whether it be pub stomping in a multiplayer match or installing malware on people's computers. This has been a big issue on PC games, especially for a long time, but with these older Call of Duty games it has gotten really out of control, with Activision doing absolutely nothing to try and fix these security issues, which is definitely within their realm of possibility. They can do this, they're just choosing not to. How do I know that? Well, one, they've not said otherwise, and two, they are a multi-billion-dollar company. They certainly can dedicate the resources to doing that. And three, probably the most important point here, is that these clients were made by a very small group of people. If they can get this done, why can't Activision? The clients that would run the modded version of these older games would fix these security issues. In other words, a handful of people have fixed the security issues for Activision for free, and they did it for them. So what do you think Activision's response would be for such a genuinely admirable and amazing achievement? Well, they sent out cease and desist letters to the hardworking owners that made those clients, because playing the original versions of those games wasn't safe anymore, and they decided to fix the problem. The annoying thing here is Activision legally can do this. They can send the cease and desist letter because their IP, their property, is being technically pirated. I certainly don't know the ins and outs of it, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but what I can tell you is this definitely is legal. It's just not morally right, considering they know exactly what's been going on. And this hasn't just happened to one of these modded clients, it's happened to nearly all of them. SM2, a client for Modern Warfare, adds a ton of features and safe, hacker-free lobbies for people to enjoy and re-experience those older COD games. Life was going good for them, and then they released a tweet announcing that they had to shut the client down because they got one of those cease and desist letters from Activision out of nowhere. And this was the start of the purge. We have the Boy client, which supported Black Ops 3 and was a huge thing for zombies players, especially because zombies had a really bad hacking problem. It still does, where if you log on to the online services, if you're connected to those online services, hackers can kick you off of the games, take personal information apparently, and everything in between that you just do not want to happen to you. The owner of the Boy client, Maurice, tweeted out that this same thing has happened. He got a cease and desist letter from Activision, and this was only a few days after SM2. Then on the same day, XLabs, another Call of Duty modded client, tweeted out that they got a cease and desist letter and they had to close down their platform. I can't even tell you how crazy that is for all of those to happen that fast. For the gaming community and the Call of Duty community especially, this is Thanos levels of destruction, and the only survivor I know of this snap right now is Plutonium. And this is terrifying to me from not only a security standpoint but also a player standpoint, because the vanilla games on Steam or wherever you would get them from weren't safe at all. These weren't just carbon copies of the game anyway. They would add their own little things in some of them, or even bring back features that either don't work on these COD games or might have been removed or something. These modded clients overall helped security and game preservation and just upped the fun factor. It was amazing, and I am terrified for for Plutonium to go. It will mark the end of an era for Call of Duty, and PC players will be stuck having to play the more modern, recent titles with no other way to safely log on to the older games. And it destroys me inside, because if all of this is happening and Plutonium is about to go, that's going to be terrible for not only just playing a more stable, safer version of Black Ops 2, but also for me as a content creator, because I am using the theater mode, which, if you know, it doesn't work on the Steam version, the vanilla version of Black Ops 2. It hasn't been fixed to this day, and I don't think it ever will, but on Plutonium, you can use theater mode. I have 3 projects that I am going to need the theater mode for in Black Ops 2, and Plutonium is my only gateway to this. And if Plutonium just suddenly gets removed, wiped from the universe because of that cease and desist letter, and the client is taken down, then I am simply gonna be stuck in a position where I can't get the footage I want to for these projects I really want to do at the quality I want to do them. And that is just one disadvantage of one of these platforms going down. Imagine how it's going to affect every person that uses them. The vast majority of people that go on these games to have fun and to relive some of their favorite moments in gaming ever and make more of them with their friends in a safe way is just going. And Activision do know this. It just irks me. It rubs me the wrong way. And it's really sad to see this talent, this passion from the people that made these clients get destroyed. And then this also hurts the players too. It's just terrible. These clients were breathing life back into the older Call of Duty games, but because Activision lost some money probably because of these, they decided no, none of this can ever happen. There are way more positives than negatives here. The only way you can play zombies, for example, in Black Ops 3 safely is doing it offline, going on local play and not connecting to the online service. But that's a shame, because that's not how anyone wants to play it. People want to use their gobblegums. People want to play with their friends. People want to go in public matches. You get what I'm saying? And by a flick of the wrist and a snap of the finger, this amazing thing the community had going is gone. All but Plutonium as of right now. By Activision doing this, it kills off game preservation. Now you can't really go back to them and just play them. Players and content creators alike can't just hop onto a game of zombies on solo or a public match or something. They now have to take precautions. And for content creators that want to hop on BO3 maybe, this is worse for them because they are going to be even higher targets. Mr. Dark JD has said in one of his videos about this subject that there is a way for Black Ops 3 zombies in particular to be safe, because this problem has persisted for a while, and Shiversoft Dev, who is pulling off miracles for the zombies community right now, made a community patch for Black Ops 3 which you basically just launch Black Ops 3 with, and you'll be able to make your own username and server password so no one can access it without your say-so. This lets you play solo safely and private matches, but not public matches. It's definitely not the solution that we should have, but it's a solution, or at least part of one, to a much bigger problem. As of right now, it's something. I will link the patch in the description for this video. Knowing that this is a way to use it is a relief, but I recommend reading the FAQ on the website that Shiversoft Dev has made. Also watching his video tutorial so you know how to obviously install it and what precautions you need to take. But as of right now, according to a lot of people, this seems to be a fix for this right now. But this all leads to the question, all of these clients being taken down, all of the fun and security being stripped away from the community of Call of Duty, whether that be multiplayer, zombies, and all of it as a whole. Why are Activision really doing this? On the one hand, it could just be the whole piracy thing. It would make sense for Activision to really do something like this. It doesn't exactly feel out of character. Another explanation for this disastrous purge that has took the community by surprise is something that people have started to say lately, and that is Activision are trying to wipe all of these versions of the older games that make them playable again, because they are going to be making their own client that will let people go back to the older games, and it will be an official way to play all of the zombies modes, for example, all in one place, because that would drive a ton of money Activision's way. I don't know if that's copium or not. It's very hard to really say. I'm more on the side of that's definitely not why they're doing this, and that's because Activision would have done this by now. They would have made a Call of Duty Zombies standalone game where you can access all of these different maps, both old and new, and maybe they're all remastered. I feel like that would have been done a long time ago, to be honest, once they realised how well Zombies Chronicles did when it popped off. But on the other hand, it would make sense for them to do this because they would then get a bunch of money, like I said. It would make the community happy and it would breathe a lot of life into the older games. But with the way Activision has gone, disregarding player safety, disregarding fun and game preservation, with them wiping out all of these clients from all of these hardworking people, do you think Activision would then go on to do something that would benefit and please the community? Because my answer to that is, yeah, probably not. If you're a console player, everything should be okay right now. At the moment, it is just a PC issue, and I think it's going to stay that way. But that means for zombies on just Black Ops 3, these custom maps, and playing with friends, playing with randoms, playing multiplayer as well on BO3, and also the rest of the older COD games that have been cast away to the Shadow Realm, it is slipping away from us, and it is really sad to see. As to what's going to happen with this whole, are they or aren't they making a Call of Duty Zombies standalone game or something to fix all of these modes and tackle all of the issues, which to be honest, I don't think that will happen. As sad as it is, we haven't even gotten Zombies Chronicles 2 yet. We'll just have to wait and see. It's the way this always goes, and the Call of Duty community can only hope that things will take a turn in a more positive and brighter direction. So until then, stay safe out there. But anyways, I'm going to leave this video here today. If you enjoyed or found this informative, be sure to smash the like button. Comment your thoughts on all of this down below. Do you think that Activision have brighter plans for Call of Duty going forward? Or do you think maybe they aren't going to do any of that and are just continuing the bad streak that Activision have gained? Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, you won't regret it. And turn on the notification bell too to stay notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.